Hello, this is Angela Elston, and this is my final presentation for my course redesign. It was an introductory English course redesign of English 1301, a first year writing. So, in the project summary, why did I decide to redesign English 1301 for online dual credit and open access? Because it's a really important foundational writing course. So, the first year of Writing 1 frames writing as discovery and builds essential concepts, skills, methods, and conventions for academic writing, according to the University of North Texas 2025. So, the redesign vision is for it to be fully online, supporting dual credit delivery, globally accessible, and have open access and be free of charge so that it can be equity focused. The non negotiables are that it must continue to maintain academic rigor, have a strong assessment practice, and be completely accredited, be in accreditation compliance, and designed for diverse learners from the start. Um, so when we think of why would we want to move a course like this online rather than face to face, is that there is a problem with feedback, workload, and students' current use of AI in face to face settings. Um, so the first challenge is that there's a limited, timely, formative feedback in face-to-face sections, and the writing improvement depends on cycles of drafting, feedback, and revision. The instructors' times are heavily consumed by grading, and it reduces their time for high-impact supports like conferencing and coaching their students. Um, and of course, we can see the online version might be more advantageous in this regard. The other challenge is that students already use AI, and they often use it to reduce effort rather than to increase their learning. So, students may use AI to finish faster instead of using it to analyze their writing, identify patterns, and revise their writing intentionally. So, there's a design opportunity that online delivery can provide. It can provide faster, more frequent formative feedback loops, more structured peer interaction, and built in accessibility and flexible access. So the redesign goals are community access and equity. Goal A is to build a learning environment that supports revision through social interaction, such as purposeful collaboration to help students through discussing reading, sharing drafts, giving and receiving peer feedback, and revising writing with clear goals. Other goals, we have goal B to increase access for students with disabilities, to use online tools and universal design principles to reduce barriers that may exist in traditional classrooms. Also, to ensure materials and learning pathways support multiple ways to engage and demonstrate learning. So, this is goal B. The last goal we have is goal C, to expand opportunity through open, no cost access. So, open access supports global learners and promotes educational equity. It also removes barriers while maintaining institutional quality. Okay. Then we also have the course selection rationale. Why English 1301 is the right course to redesign. So it's a high leverage course. Writing skills influence performance across disciplines. So students use writing in nearly every class. So if we could redesign the course in a way that students were more engaged and had a better experience, it could impact their success across content areas in their experience. Foundational readiness needs, students should enter with critical reading and analysis skills, basic essay structure knowledge, grammar fundamentals, and work habits that support process-based learning such as drafting, revising, and reflecting. So there's online fit content. So peer review and discussion can be effectively supported through modern online tools like Zoom and Packback and Canvas. there's also a continuity of rigor. So the redesign enhances delivery and interaction without changing the course's academic purpose or institutional alignment. It just is in a different setting and it can be more effective. So the course overview, the face-to-face versus the online. So the objectives stay consistent. The face-to-face and online courses have the same course goals and outcomes, delivered online with required use of digital tools for the online version to strengthen drafting and revision. So the key difference in the redesign is not what students learn, but how they practice. They practice through structured online interaction and AI supported feedback cycles. So the redesign strategy and frameworks guide the course. So we have the quality matters standards. So the rationale is that the QM aligned redesign is associated with stronger outcomes, including higher grades. And that research was done by Carlo and Suraj in 2025. Emphasis is on alignment among objective materials, activities, assessments, and accessibility. Um, Also, there's the community of inquiry framework, which was brought up by Garrison et al. In 1999. And that is about social presence. Students feel connected and willing to share ideas and drafts. Teaching presence. It includes three different components: the social presence, where the students feel connected; then the teaching presence, where you have the course design and facilitation that structures learning and interaction; and then the third one is cognitive presence, meaning making through reflection, discourse, and revision. So it's those three different frameworks. And so using those frameworks really emphasizes the interaction between the student's social presence and the teacher's social presence and cognition. So it is fit for redesign because writing development benefits from discourse scaffolding and also iterative reflection. Iterative reflection, excuse me. So the universal design principles, so those will also be included to design for inclusion from the start. So there will be multiple ways to access content. Also, when we think about like how these things fit together, the writing process and rhetorical goals are strengthened by technology supports feedback, interaction, and access. So all of these things, all of these frameworks can be integrated together. The course tools and learning experience. We have Zoom, Canvas, and Packback as the primary learning tools, the digital ones. So the core platform is Canvas. And most students are familiar with Canvas. That's why I wanted to go ahead and use that one. It's the organizational hub. It'll have the modules, assignments, discussions, and grades. Then we'll also have Zoom for different types of breakout lessons where students can have conversations about their writing. So research supports that synchronous discussions can increase social and teaching presence compared to asynchronous formats. Also, there will be accessibility benefits like a reduced travel burden. Features like chat can support students who experience barriers to speaking as well. That was found by Hirsch et al. In 2024. So Zoom is a very powerful tool for students to conference in real time. And the other one is Packback. So it is about discussion and AI-supported feedback. It can be integrated in with Canvas for streamlined access. It provides AI-generated formative feedback to improve writing and reduce instructor grading burdens. And that was found by Aaron et al. In 2025. And I believe that research was done at UNT as well. So in my lesson that I went ahead and put forth in the paper, the lesson's goal was to properly attribute ideas in an essay using MLA in-text citations and a works cited page. through discussion, practice through a writing task. It includes a rubric of the writing task using or assessment of the writing task using a rubric, and it uses Canvas and Packback in that lesson. Measuring success with the rubric and expected benefits. So the evaluation approach is comparative. So you can compare how the students in the earlier face-to-face versions of the course did with the students in the online format. So we're going to be comparing their writing in the redesigned online sections. We're going to compare their performance on assessments and assignments and key competencies. We're going to use grades and course surveys to capture outcomes and learner experience. So there are expected benefits for the institution as well. Stronger writers and enhanced reputation. And here's my reference page. I hope you guys enjoyed my presentation. Thank you so much.